some of you are gonna be upset with me, but I'm expecting that, and it's okay. But I totally painted over everything that I did last video. And I did this. And this makes me much happier than the other one. And I want to talk to you about being okay, sorry about my voice, with changing things, painting over things, reworking things when you're not happy with them. So I started out with the landscape that had the swans and the pond and the cottage and everything. And the more I worked on it, the less I liked it. And even though there were some of you who said that you really liked it and I should keep it and not paint over it, I knew that that was not going to work for me. So you probably have some paintings that you're not 100% happy with, but maybe someone has told you, oh, don't paint over that, or I really like that. And so you're second guessing yourself. I'm gonna do a little bit of some refining on some of the leaves here while I talk to you. I don't want to sound like that you shouldn't listen to other people's opinions about your art, because sometimes it can be really helpful, but sometimes you know what is best for you. And if you're not creating art that makes you happy, then it's not going to work long term. It's not going to be something that you can keep doing, because if you're always trying to please someone else, you're never going to get to a point where you're satisfied with your work, because everyone has a different opinion, and art is so subjective. There's no right and wrong. There's no this is better than the other, unless you're talking about what you like better than something else. I used an idea that I had done in my sketchbook as my reference photo from my own work to create this. So I already knew kind of what was going to happen, and I knew that it would be better than what I had already done. So everyone else is going to have opinions about your work, and especially if you ask on the internet, what do you think about this? People are going to tell you. Sometimes they're going to tell you when you don't ask, which is kind of rude, but it's okay. That's going to happen. But what I want to encourage you to do is create work that you like and that makes you happy, and then you're going to be in it for the long haul. You'll be able to keep making art because you're going to be excited about it, and you're not going to be so frustrated with it. And until I figured that out myself, I was frustrated most of the time trying to create and paint, because everybody has a different opinion. And like I said, if you ask for it, they're going to give it. And if you're constantly painting to try to please other people and not yourself, then it kind of defeats the purpose of creativity to begin with, because of course you are going to need to like what you're painting. And if you don't, then it's not fun anymore, and then you kind of lose your spark and your creative, what am I trying to say? Motivation, really. So if you don't like what you're making, then I would suggest, it's kind of hard to talk and paint at the same time sometimes, but I would suggest that you think about why am I making this? Am I making this because I think everybody else is going to like it? Am I making this because it makes me happy? Am I creating this because I know that it's something that I've seen other people create, and so I think that that's what I should be doing? And if those are things that you've been telling yourself and you're frustrated with your paintings, maybe you have been trying to sell your work and it's not selling, or maybe you just have kind of gotten stagnant in your creative process and you don't know what to do next. I think you might need to ask yourself, why am I painting? What do I actually like? What am I really good at? Because we're all better at some subjects than others. We're better at some techniques than others. And if you're trying to force yourself to paint with acrylics, when you know that you're much better with watercolor, or if you have seen lots of watercolor artists online and you think that is what you should be doing, but you are more comfortable with acrylics, then choose what works best for you. And that's going to make you happy. It's going to make you more creative. It's going to help you to make better work, because I think this is much better than what I had before. You may not think so, but that's okay, because I do. And I can market this from a place of confidence. So if I'm trying to sell it, I feel good about it. I'm happy with it. I'm going to feel better about saying, here's what I made. Here's the price. Put it on my website, or, display it somewhere. If it's not something that you are happy with, it's going to be really, really hard for you to market it and try to sell it. And if it's not something that you would hang in your own house or in your art studio, or something that you feel happy or feel good about looking at yourself, then it's going to be really, really hard for you to try to sell it to someone else because the value that you put, your value and your way of thinking about your artwork is super important. If you don't think that it's good, if you don't like it, if you're only painting it because you think somebody else is going to like it, it's going to show when you're trying to talk about it, when you're trying to show it to others, when you're putting it out into the world. You're going to do it half-heartedly. And if you're doing it because you are happy with it, you love it, it's something that you would hang in your own house, it's going to be so much easier for you to talk about it and show it to people, and possibly sell it if that is what your goal is. And if selling is not your goal, just the fact that you get the satisfaction of creating something that you really like is super important. If you don't like what you're making, what's the point? Really. That's my 2 cents anyway. So I hope that this will encourage you. If you've got some paintings in your studio that you're not happy with, paint over them. It's not going to hurt anything, except maybe somebody's feelings that that really liked the painting. But if you are not happy with it, just gesso over it. That's my gesso right here. Gesso over it, paint something else, create something that you love, and I think it will make a world of difference. So tell me in the comments what you think about this. Do you find yourself painting things that you think other people will like? Or do you truly paint from your own likes and make things that make you happy? You'll see a big difference when you start doing that. And I'll see you back here next week. Bye.